Hello YouTube. So I thought today I would show you how to make a quick vegan curry. Now I call it vegan because all the ingredients I'm using today are vegan, but if instead of using the Quorn chicken you can just use normal chicken. This is a recipe based off one my father-in-law had showed me when I had first started going around to my wife's house. He always used to make chicken curry for me, but now I'm vegan. What you'll need is just a small onion, a red pepper, I'm using a sweet red pepper, a single clove of garlic. You can use more garlic, but I think one's enough for me. And also a red chilli. Again, that would be optional, depending on how hot you like it. And as I said, I'll also be using Quorn's vegan chicken pieces. For the spices, I have half a cinnamon stick and a single star anise. I also have in here my spice mix. I'll put the measurements in the description below, but essentially it's madras curry powder, jar masala, cumin, salt, pepper, and smoked paprika. And also mango chutney. First thing we want to do is prepare our vegetables. So you want to finely chop both your onion and your sweet pepper. Okay, so once you have your onions and your peppers cut, you can go on to your chili. Now a trick I do for my chili is I cut my chili in half and use a teaspoon just to scrape out all the seeds straight into the bin. That makes it easier just to cut the chili, and also if you don't like it too hot, the seeds definitely add extra heat. So if you don't want that extra heat, just take the seeds out or don't put the chili in at all. So you just want to finely chop your chilies. Now remember, once you've finished with the chilies, you just want to wash your hands again, because you don't want to get any of that chili oil onto your face or anywhere else, because you will not have a good day. I've been there, done that. There we go. So now what we want to do is we want to start heating up a frying pan with some oil. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil. I use peanut oil because I find it doesn't give any kind of extra flavour to the dish. It's flavour neutral, but it's whatever you have around really. Okay, so now we've got our pan nice and hot with just about a tablespoon of oil. I'm going to add in my star anise and half a cinnamon stick. Just sort of lightly fry them. You just sort of want to fry them just until you start to get the smell from the cinnamon and the star anise. We are going to keep these in until the curry's nearly finished, but once it's nearly finished we'll scoop them out at the end. Okay, so now that we can really start to smell the cinnamon stick, I'm going to crush in our clove of garlic. Now I just want to touch by this because we don't want the garlic to burn. You might want to just turn your pan down if the oil's too hot. Just want to get a bit of colour quickly on it. And then I'm going to throw in our onions, pepper and chilli. Gives them a good stir around the pan. You just want to get some colour on the onions really and get them nice and soft, same as the peppers and the chilli. So at this point I like to add the mango chutney and just sort of touch fry that a bit in with everything else. Then I'm going to throw in our spice mixes. Again, I'll have all the ingredients and the steps in the description below, so you don't need to keep rewinding back. Just sort of scatter that in. Give everything a good stir. What you're kind of creating here is almost like a curry paste. You just want to kind of lightly let everything cook together for a bit. So once this has cooked a little bit in the pan for maybe 30 seconds, I like to add in my corn pieces. At this stage you can also throw in your chicken and just fry it until it's got a good bit of colour and it's well sealed. I'm going to throw this in. You can also add, instead of, if you don't want to use corn or chicken, you can add chickpeas, you can add more peas and sweet corn, beans. You can really make this dish in whatever way you want. So just give the corn a good stir to get it coated in the spice mix. The next step is then to add water. Now you just want to add enough water just to cover the corn pieces. You don't want to add too much or your sauce will be too watery. I will show you a step if you find that your sauce is too watery and you don't want to keep reducing the sauce down. I'll show you what you can do to thicken the sauce. And you just want to give it a good stir just to make sure that there's no vegetables or spice stuck to the bottom. Now you can just leave that on a sort of medium to low heat just to start to bubble, and then you just let it simmer then until your sauce starts to thicken. If after about, or if you're also cooking it with chicken, it will take longer because you want to ensure that the chicken's cooked all the way through, of course. But it can take about 20 to 30 minutes to finish cooking. So it's been about 10 minutes and our curry's bubbling away nicely. At this stage I'm just going to take out the Star Anise and the cinnamon stick. There we go. And I'm just going to let that bubble away probably for another 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been another 10 minutes and we're done now, so I've taken it off the heat. You can see the sauce is nice and thickened now. My wife tends to like a lot of sauce, but I don't like it to be very watery. So if it does seem too watery after everything's cooked, what I like to do is I take a bit of, just about a teaspoon of cornstarch, and I mix it with some water, just enough to dissolve it, and I'll pour that in just a bit of a time at a time and stir it in until the sauce starts to thicken. You probably won't even need to use all of this. So give it a go yourself, guys. If you like what you see and you want more videos like this, please click the like button, comment and subscribe. You can serve this with pretty much anything. I tend to serve it with rice. If you are interested in knowing how I do my rice, I can post a video on that as well. Take care, guys, and I'll see you again next time.